Elon Musk and the Trump administration ramp up efforts to purge thousands of workers from the government's payroll, critics are crying foul over the chaotic and seemingly random cuts being made across the board in Washington. But Republicans say this is what voters wanted from the Trump administration. Take a listen.
I think American voters like the intensity and the focus that they've seen from 30-some days of this administration, going about doing the things they told the voters they were going to do, doing the things they were elected to do.
But as the Department of Government Efficiency, of course, better known as DOGE, makes billions in these cuts to the government budget, is it actually saving as much money as it claims? NewsNation's Tom Dempsey has the details from Capitol Hill this morning. So, Tom, some items being listed on the so-called DOGE receipts website not adding up the way the agency claims.
That's right. Good morning from Capitol Hill, Markie. Look, the Department of Government Efficiency is saying it's been able to, cultivate savings to the tune of $55 billion. But a closer examination of those numbers definitely raises some questions. So DOGE makes this $55 billion claim on its website that the public can check out, and it touts how layoffs, canceled contracts, lease renegotiations, and fraud detection have led to the massive savings a month into the second Trump administration. It mentions USAID and the Department of Education as the two biggest agencies for total contract savings. And it even has what it calls a wall of receipts where people can actually check out some of the reported cuts. But here's the thing, Markie. While DOGE says it saved tens of billions of dollars, it hasn't provided evidence for around $38 billion of that. That's almost 75% of what the agency claims, and that's not all. DOGE also claimed to save $8 billion by canceling a contract for tech support services for Immigration and Customs Enforcement's Office of Diversity and Civil Rights. However, that contract was actually worth $8 million. The $8 billion number is believed to be due to a clerical error from when the government first filed the contract. But despite the apparent accounting mistakes, Republicans still back Musk and DOGE.
When you're staring down $36 trillion in debt and counting, obviously something has to give. And I think that's what we're seeing right now, a comprehensive forensic audit of every department and agency in the federal government.
So DOGE says it will be updating the numbers on that website at least twice a week. So, Markie, we might see some corrections, maybe things going down maybe a little bit, but DOGE still very hard at work. So I definitely expect some changes to those numbers in the weeks and months ahead.
Yeah, and Tom, how is all of this impacting Americans' views of DOGE and the job the Elon Musk-led agency is doing? I especially think of those who voted for Trump, who wanted change, but is this really what they had in mind?
Well, there's some really interesting poll numbers out. You're correct to say, Markie, that the Republicans are saying that the last election was a mandate, and Americans really want to see a lot of progress when it comes to taking on wasteful government spending. But check out some of these numbers here. This is recent polling from Emerson College and the Washington Post showing more Americans disapprove of the job Musk is doing at DOGE than those who approve. That's in line with a Pew Research poll from earlier this month, putting Musk's favorability rating at 42%. The Washington Post also found 37% think DOGE is just cutting wasteful government spending. And according to the Morning Consult, that number is even smaller at just 31% for people who think shrinking the government should be a top priority for this administration. Now, we will note, those numbers could change in the weeks and months ahead. President Donald Trump has even floated the idea of sending 20% of the savings that DOGE ends up finding back to the American people, cutting checks and sending them some of those savings. So again, we might see some of these numbers changing with DOGE really working at a rapid pace and making some big changes, Markie.
Yeah, we're following it closely. Tom, thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.